I still remember the day that I found out I was balding. It was a very beautiful sunny day, and I had just gotten out of the shower. I was looking in the mirror, and I was asking myself, why is my hair like receding at my hairline on like the corners? Like, why is it moving up on the very sides of my hair? This doesn't make sense. And then the realization hit. I'm balding. And I had a crisis, basically. This was a month into my senior year. This was 2022, a month into my senior year. And to find out at that point that I'm balding felt like an immediate death sentence because suddenly I couldn't unsee it anymore. I couldn't unsee the fact that I was balding. I couldn't unsee the fact that I was losing my hair. And things started to click, right? Like all the times that I'd been washing my hair in the shower with 2-in-1s, like the 2-in-1 shampoos. Don't use that shit. Please don't use that shit. That 2-in-1 shampoo is the biggest scam that has ever been made. It's honestly probably a psyop to help the balding, like, men's hair loss industry make more money. But anyways, I noticed a thinning. I realized what was going on. Everything that I'd seen in the past started to click, like my hair falling out of the shower every time I would clean it. And I felt so defeated. At 22, I felt defeated. I went to my mom, who was home that day. I was like, "Hey, did you know I just found out I'm balding. Did you know about this?" And she said, "Yeah, I knew. I just didn't want to tell you." And that was like a second gut punch that like my mom was confirming what I had just found out, but she knew before already. What's so silly about this whole thing is that I never actually liked my hair. Growing up, I got bullied in elementary school, and so I associated being bullied with like not liking how I looked. And part of that was my hair. I had not long, but like medium length hair. Once I started balding, I was actually able to start appreciating my hair, but it was a process. It didn't happen immediately. And the way that I started that process of appreciating my hair was clean shaving it for Halloween a month later. Now, that might be confusing. Like, hey, you realize you're balding, and then a month later you decide to clean shave it. What gives? Well, I wanted to know how I was gonna look bald because hey, this is happening, so I gotta get a quick look, get a quick peek of how this is gonna go. But I also wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to make myself uncomfortable. And the reason why I wanted to make myself uncomfortable was because at the time, this was just after lockdown and mask mandates had ended. So clubs were open again, there was social events going on, people were talking to each other. I wanted to break out of my shell that had like really, hardened during my time studying at home during COVID. And honestly, this was one of the funnest experiences I've ever had. I shaved it though on the day of like the coldest day of October of 2022. Like in my state, the coldest day of October was Halloween. I did it on Halloween. So, just a side note, like if you're ever gonna shave your head, do not do it on a cold day because you will be freezing. You will be shivering the rest of the month. But that said, what I did not realize when I shaved it is that when I finally grew my hair back, I would have much less. I was shaving the most hair I would ever have. And it kind of sucks that I did that because right before I shaved it, like I had a month to play around, I started being really good at styling my hair right before I shaved it all off. Like over the summer and going into that first semester, I finally got like my first haircut that I really liked. and I finally found a hairstyle that I was like really enjoying. And this is where I started to, after going through this process a couple times, this is what the real humiliation of balding is. The real humiliation of balding is you find out you're losing it, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm losing my hair. Okay, I gotta make the most of what I have left because it's going away. And so you start trying to figure out like, okay, what's like a hairstyle I can do? Can I find a good barber that's gonna actually do me right? And you start having fun with it because honestly, it's kind of fun to take time and figure out what can I do with what I got. And eventually, if you keep like going through that, keep go like taking the time to figure this kind of stuff out, you'll figure out something that not only you like, but like you feel good in, and people will be like, oh wow, yeah, you look good, right? And by doing this, I started appreciating my hair more. Actually, I started appreciating my hair once I started losing it, which is like it's so dumb because now I'm 25. So when I do the math, I've basically been appreciating my hair for 3.5 years now, almost 4, which is so silly because that means I have not liked my hair for the past 21 years. Like, what was I thinking? It was so dumb. But I guess some things you just have to, you know, come around to the long way or the hard way, whichever way that is. But my point, that was a side note. Once you start appreciating it more and you find out something that like you look good in, you wear it for a little while, right? Because like, oh, I found what's good. After some time, the style, the haircut, it doesn't work anymore, and you have to start all over again because you've lost more hair. So that's like the real humiliation of balding that any guy can attest to is that you lose some hair. Oh, I gotta figure out how to make it look good. Oh, I figured out a way to make it look good and I'm happy. After some time, it sucks. It's not working anymore for you. And then you don't like it anymore and you have to start the process all over again. And this never ends. It never ends until A, you accept what's happening and it's a slow, like excruciating death of your hair. B, you take medicine that makes your penis stop working or like fucks up your blood or whatever it is, or like your hormones, right? Or C, you buzz it or you shave it, or eventually you get like a powder donut kind of look. I don't know. It's one of those three things, right? You have to figure out how you're going to deal with the fact that you're balding. The good news about all of this, like this humiliation ritual, I'm going to call it, the good news about it is that I started to really appreciate my hair, and it's fun to experiment. I have better styling and more confidence, and I ask for like different kinds of haircuts and stuff from my barber, which is fun. Whereas before, like all the way from elementary up to literally like my first or second year of college, I just did the same thing every day, even though I didn't like what I had. For some reason, I just accepted, oh, my hair sucks and I'm stuck with what I got, rather than trying to like change things or try different things, or not even try, but just look at what's available to me. Like just look online, like what kind of different haircuts I could get, different kind of ways I could like comb my hair, right? The other thing is that or rather the bad news is that one, once you start balding, you notice it not only on yourself, but you notice it on other people and you can't unsee it. Like I remember the first month I found out I was balding, I would sit at the train station, like getting ready for my train to go where I need to go home. And I would just like people watch and see, oh, that guy's losing his hair. Oh, that guy's losing his hair. Oh, that's how I'm going to look in 10 years. Oh, that's how I'm going to look in 20 years. And it's so frustrating at the start doing that. Now I don't do that, but it's not like, I don't see people who are balding because I see people balding at work every day. Like there are people who are losing it every day. I see them, and you can't unsee it anymore at that point. The other bad thing is that I'm near a Norwood 2.5 now. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close to it. So what that means is that now when my hair gets long, because of how much of it I've lost, the way that like the length casts shadows and looks on my head, it doesn't look good because now the longer it gets, the more noticeable it becomes more noticeable where I'm losing it, and that doesn't feel good. Some people are cool with that, and they think I'm just gonna rock like the receding hairline or like the receding crown or whatever. But for me, I personally have never liked that look. And so I basically have to keep my hair short all the time now, which means I have to go frequently, like more often to the barber. I try to keep it once a month, but sometimes I'm like, shoot, I got to go again after like 2 weeks. Not, I'll wait till like 3, but still. It just means more frequent haircut visits, which means more money, unless I decide to do it myself, which maybe I will in the future. But anyways, the last point I want to make note of that sucks is that while people don't care and what their opinion is doesn't matter, unfortunately, there will be others that judge. And I know this for a fact because I had a friend do this one time. So during my time at university, this was like during lockdown, and this must have happened like a year before I found out I was balding. One time, and this is a close friend of mine, he sent a picture of somebody's balding crown in our Snapchat group chat, which was honestly so lame of him to do that. That was so stupid. I'm not sure, like, oh, actually, I think I know why he did that. It was probably out of, like, feeling insecure of him going bald or, like, him losing his hair. But basically, he sends a picture in the group chat of this guy who has his hair, but like he has a bald spot on his crown, and then he just starts like roasting him, and he's like,
"Why is this guy just like shave it all off? Like this was stupid. This sucks."
and that was honestly like not right. Like he should not have done that. And then when I found out I was balding, I was like, oh, my friend's gonna do this to me, right? But the reality at the end of the day is that it doesn't matter what my friend thought about this guy or what he might think of me or what other people think of me, right? What matter like fuck what he thinks. What matters is what I think about my head and not myself. And if for any of the fellas out there who are listening to this that are balding, what you guys think about, your own appearance, your own head, right? And honestly, the most important thing to do is to just take care of yourself, right? Work out, eat healthy, find a good haircut, right? That find a good haircut that works for you. Dress well. Skincare routine. Shout out to the skincare routine. High key. I've been doing my skincare routine since the start of this year. Skincare routine has been such a game changer. And it's like a minor game changer, but it's a game changer. Shout out skincare routine. Now, I'm going over all of this because my most recent haircut, well, how should I start this? As of right now, I have a buzz cut, but it's not what I originally went to for my barber for. So basically, this is what happened. I went to the barber the day after the last day of school for the kids because I was gonna wait until they were all out of the building to get this haircut I wanted. And originally, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna shave it this week. I'm gonna shave it this week. I'm gonna have my barber shave it." And then what ended up happening was I had him give me a skin fade, but when it came time to like cut the top, I kind of didn't want to lose it all. And I basically didn't commit to getting it buzzed. So I had him trim it, and it was not a good trim. And honestly, my barber did me wrong for letting me walk out of the barber shop the way he did me. But I also told him, "Oh yeah, it's like fine Like I was like, oh yeah, the haircut's good because he normally does me really well. It was my fault for not saying, nah, fuck this shit. We gotta buzz this off right now because quite honestly, he had somebody waiting, and I was like, oh, I should just let this guy get his haircut. But I should have said, nah, we're fixing this shit before I go. But basically, I got this goofy ass looking haircut, and then I slept on it, and I woke up the next day, and I was like, ah, this looks so dumb. Let me call my friend. And I call my friend because I knew he had razors. My friend comes over with his razors, and we shaved the rest of the hair off on the top. So I ended up buzzing it this weekend in piecemeal, but I got it done. And I I'm so happy actually that I shaved it. I didn't commit to the haircut the first time because I was so nervous about like actually getting rid of it and like what people would say. But literally, fuck what other people think, right? I shaved it now, and I know it'll grow back. Yes, when it grows back, I'll have even less, but that's okay. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. I should just, have fun and do what feels right for my head. And honestly, after shaving it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I called my friend over to shave this because I forgot how freeing like shaving my head is. I didn't clean shave it like I did for Halloween this time, but fellas, shave your head, buzz your head, give it a try, especially if you're not balding. If you're not balding, give a buzz cut a try, especially if you have like a really good head shape for it. It's so freeing, so much less maintenance. It's one of the best feelings in the world to be able to like rub your hand on your head. And yeah, every guy should try it. And quite honestly, I was just gonna do it for the summer. Like I just wanted like a summer cut and like something nice that I could just enjoy the summer with. But I've lost enough hair on my head that at this point I might stick with it and learn how to like give myself a fade because then I don't got to go spend like $35 at the barber anymore because barbers are getting expensive now. Like my barber charges me 30, which is like not bad considering inflation, but there are barbers that are charging like 50, $60, right? Like what the fuck? $50 for a haircut? Are you serious? That is crazy. And once my barber does start charging that, I'm going to be like, "Oh shit, I need to like not pay for haircuts anymore." So maybe I just stick with this like buzz and fading it myself thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yeah, give it a shot, guys. It's really fun, and like showers take just 5 minutes like 5 minutes now, because I don't need to like go through my hair and like do it right. I don't have to like dry it by like scrunching it or whatever. I can just like pat my head down and I'm done. And sweating, oh my God, I'm recording this after getting out of the gym. Like it's just so easy to wipe my head off, and I don't feel like I'm sweating for like 30 minutes after I'm done working out. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just so much easier. And also, when it comes to like scratching my head, I don't need to use my nails anymore. I can just like rub my hand on my head, and it just takes care of it so quick. Like, yeah, it's just peak. It's peak. So embrace the bald because you'll really enjoy it, and you'll get a ton of compliments and a ton of comments. And some of the comments are funny, and some of the compliments are like really cool. So I've had to go into work the past 2 days with this buzz cut of mine, and so many of my like staff members I've been like,
Oh my God, this looks so good on you. Oh wow, you got a summer cut. Oh wow. I really like the look.
like you'll be surprised at how many people are really impressed with you having the balls to just get rid of it, just getting rid of your hair. it's it's honestly fun kind of bantering. Like I had somebody ask me today like, what, are you going into the military now? And I said, I replied with, hey man, somebody gotta get that straight open at this point, right? Like just saying some dumb shit, just having fun with it. And at the end of the day, going through this process, like you'll learn what looks good on you, and you'll learn maybe to appreciate your hair more and to have fun with it. But anyways, I think I've talked long enough about, you know, shaving my head. So I'm going to leave you all with this, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Take care. Peace.